No, I need that. All right, hello, everybody who's waiting or in the library here. The library. From Philip, I'm here. Nice to see you, Phil. Sir Taylor, sorry, the screen's really far away. So we got about 30, 40, 45 of you guys. What's up, everybody? Yo. Welcome to our second ever Intel session, ladies, gentlemen, friends, family. We're just waiting over here. Really exciting stuff. Someone tonight is going to win a custom signature series force, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about practice. As you can see, everybody here is laced in their Dynasty hoodies. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get this going. So that, Archie, we got the whole squad here. We're up at the cabin in Green Valley Lake. Squeeze on in, my man, back to back. Back to back second places. So this is really exciting, actually, because this is our first Intel session with such a large group of the Dynasty guys all together. We obviously had practice over the weekend, and we're crammed in like sardines on the couch. But this weekend we want to talk to you guys a lot about that, how practice went, tell you guys if Archie's any good still or not. We got some firsthand knowledge here. Obviously, Damien, the first time practicing full on Dynasty as well. And, hopefully everybody can hear us. I haven't tested the audio yet. Can you guys read that? Also, hold on. Let me.
Sound is good.
Sound is good. Saying, awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
We've got the mic down here. So everybody speak up when you're talking. Let me see. Sent. And
Speaking to the mic.
Speaking to the mic. Please click this link. All right, Arturo, Damien, actually.
Yeah.
You are the
in charge.
You're gonna be in charge of the comment section. Let's do that here. So we'll turn the volume down. Ding ding. Stay co-host.
That's nice.
Got it. Thank you. Wi-Fi. So here you go. You can see everything, and there's gonna be a Q&A session here. What just happened? Is everybody watching this?
That's a nice iPad.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. So there's a Q&A section, guys. Oh, wait. No, we don't want to see that. Hold on. We don't want. Let's close this. Let's go. Stop video. Oh boy. You guys definitely don't want to see
What
this.
did you do?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, okay, here's the Q&A section. So there's a question and answer section for those of you guys who are have been with us before. Let me get rid of this. So you guys are.
The first question is, Blake, how's the face doing?
Really, it is? Great.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, baby. So mountain lion. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're up here. I actually have a video to share for everybody too. We've got this that we can share a screen here. The camera's pretty far away, but maybe we can actually just move this whole thing forward here a little bit. Let's go to full screen. No. Anyway, so on the agenda tonight, here we go. You guys are all going to get, and we can also add. There's a way to add Yosh, Marcelo, and all those guys as speakers. Yeah. You guys know how to use all that stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to be talking to you guys about practice wrap up. We've got obviously any Q&A stuff that you guys have, how stoked we are on this. We've got most of you guys have gotten your first members package. I know that Yosh and Alex have been shipping all this stuff out. For those of you guys who have gotten it, Alex is in the chat.
There you go.
There we go. Shout out to Alex Fragi. And most of you guys have received your first package. I know that some of you have not, especially the international fan base out there, but those are all going to be shipped out very soon. Marcelo's in the house. Marcelo was actually here last night. So was Victor.
Oh, he was here this morning.
I was here this morning. Yeah. We were sledding and he was in his head. He was just doing this.
I don't know why.
I think Yosh is in here now.
There we go. Yosh is here.
Do we have anybody
So
else?
you guys, Yosh, Marcelo, Alex, you can all share your screen and you can see the Q&A stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
So as questions come in, anybody who wants to ask any questions, go ahead and feel free to Damien and Archie will be moderating those things. But let's just jump in right now. I know that we had two of you Dynasty Champions Club members out here at practice this weekend. So thank you guys for coming. Obviously, if we have any practices, we'll let you guys know prior. And if you feel like you want to come out and join and just kind of watch and hang out and just enjoy the vibe and say hi to all the guys, by all means, reach out to any of us and in the Facebook group and just come on out. Yeah. And if you see a question in there, you can just shout it out,
For sure. Alex wants to know how we look so smart and good looking.
Alex Frazier?
Alex Frazier looks like
Yeah,
that.
well, I'm just gonna save the answer I was gonna give. But, it's the camaraderie and lots of good quality sunscreen and spring water.
We also have a question for Archie.
Yes.
How does it feel shooting on force after all those years of PE?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting used to it, but obviously they shoot really, really good. They feel great. They, it's just a little bit different. I've been shooting PE for like 15 years, I think. So definitely is going to take some getting used to, but that was like kind of one of the goals of this past weekend was getting more comfortable, specifically like in tight gunfighting situations, and obviously like that's something that I'm going to really be focusing on over the next few weeks leading up to the first event. But yeah, no, the guns shoot great. Obviously at this point, I have a pretty good understanding how they work, and I can pretty much build one from scratch at this point. So yeah, anyways, they're great guns. Looking forward to shooting them for the rest of the year.
Awesome. Yeah. And it was actually, it's great because I asked Archie, I was like, what do you think of the gun? And be brutally honest. He's like, dude, I'm hitting shots. They feel good. They're not as heavy as they so that's what the big thing is. People are like, oh, this is so heavy, but it's.
To me, I don't notice the difference on the weight, to be honest.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Obviously. Practice. So it was a 4-way practice. It was us, Aftermath, Diesel, and New York Extreme. So in practice that went really well. I mean, it was like we hadn't skipped a beat. I was actually like, because Aftermath and Diesel were out there all day Friday, and they were obviously we show up on time. So we get there at 9, we get dressed, we hadn't seen each other, we had to doll out all the new JT gear, playing by 10-ish. We played it really well. It was really fun. And like this weekend was awesome. I was like super, super happy with how everything went, and it was exciting. Marcelo and them, are they? Hey, Marcelo, Yosh, do you guys have video?
I can hear you guys. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Finally, I see my page come up. Nice. But why isn't the video working?
I don't know. I can't see your. I might have done a little thing here. I don't know. What's that do? No, nothing. Can you see yourself?
I can see you guys.
Well, that's what really matters.
Can you hear me? You guys as well, but
Oh, there's Yosh.
I don't have my normal option to share my to have my video pop up. I might be.
Can you hear me?
I might be blocked.
Oh,
Can I hear
there's
you?
For
Alex.
all you guys.
Yep.
Who's that?
Could you hear me?
Is that Buffalo Bill?
I'd blank me.
Sounds strange, Alex. What's wrong?
Should we change the role of panelist?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that do?
Well, I don't know.
Better find out.
We're still playing around with this. This is our second time,
Figuring things
pushing
out.
buttons here.
It should work now.
All right, now, so it looks like.
Oh, there we go.
Ask this.
Oh, you can ask him to start it.
There you go.
There we go. Now you guys have
That's
to.
Alex right there.
Hey, there's Alex. Look at
Got
you,
you,
dude.
Marcelo.
You're looking fresh, buddy.
Man,
Not
really,
Alex, turn your camera off, bro. There's Marcelo.
There's Marcelo. Good.
Look at that Burberry hat. Hey, you left some sandals here at the house.
No.
The slides.
They're mine now.
Yeah. No.
We use
Dang
them.
it.
Yeah. You can't have Burberry up here and down there.
With the socks, I can.
Oh, good point. Well, let's hear from Marcelo, because you got the best mic here. What do you just give a little rundown of practice, how it went, and
Yeah. I hate to call it easy, but practice was easy.
I didn't want to say that.
Things just felt really good, man. It's crazy to think that after last year, the team got stronger. Everybody across the board just seemed like everyone was playing really confidently. And then having Archie slide right in and having him out on the field communicating and just putting stuff together was awesome. So, it's exciting.
Very cool, very cool. And then and it was actually Archie was saying how he's like, I can basically build a force from scratch, which is exciting because we're gonna announce today. One of the viewers today is going to win well, actually one of the members today is going to win their own custom force. And Yosh, do you want to talk about like that experience and what their opportunities are to be able to build it with you guys? And your mic's mute.
Oh, no.
Your mic might be muted, Yosh.
I thought you were going to announce that Archie's going to be the new Texas Field One Tech.
Yeah, if you live actually east of California and you need your gun tech, we'll just...
Yeah, just hit up Archie. He knows him inside and out. He can help you out. He'll fly right out to your house. Yeah, no, the Dynasty Signature Series Force grand prize here. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just like how all of us get the experience of designing our own Signature Series Force and deciding what it's going to look like. You know, we're very fortunate to have Outlaw Anodizing partner with us on this. They've done a number of the team guys guns. It's a fun experience. You know, those guys are great at turning, you know, a concept that you have into artwork and putting it on a Field One force. And then once that force arrives back at the Field One factory, if you want to come out, you can join us at the Field One factory, and Alex and I will help you build your own force, and you'll get to take it home with you. And hopefully maybe you'll send us back a video of you, you know, getting some kills on the field with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I'm excited for it.
I mean, I'm excited to do my own Signature Series force for the upcoming year, but I think I'm actually more excited for this lucky Champions Club member and working with them on theirs.
Uh-oh. Are we still there?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
still there.
Okay.
I can hear you
Sorry,
guys.
Something just happened. And we like.
So based off the last one, it might be my fault. Let's see if, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay.
Dude, Archie,
Isn't it?
got a lot of
No.
Hey, you guys look great though.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Have it.
I'm
It's
just
a good
trying
day
to
in the
figure out.
snow.
There we go.
All right, all right.
Oh, don't end.
Cancel.
Cancel.
Yosh, Ryan pushed me down today.
I saw. He's a bully. He's a bully out there on the playground, man. You got to watch out for him.
So we went. So
Yeah,
in
we'll
Green
talk
Valley
about it.
Lake, we used to have there used to be. I just moved here or got a place here within the year, but back in like the early 2000s, they had a ski slope here, and which is now like they've taken all the lifts down and you can hike it still. So there's lots of runs, and we had some you know, children's sleds, and we decided to like go down, and it hasn't snowed here for 3 weeks. So there is a lot of snow, but it's like kind of hard packed, a lot of ice. And we were going down and Blake slipped, but you know, like when someone falls down, usually you put your hands out.
Yeah.
He didn't, he just put his face out and
First.
immediately started bleeding and just skidded like face skid, scorpion style.
It's actually cleaned up pretty good compared to.
Yeah, when you wipe the blood off of his
Yeah,
face, yeah,
yeah.
it looks a lot better than it did. And he just let it dry. And Marcelo was like, he just was watching it all. We're like, Marcelo, come on, jump on the sled. He's like, you're crazy.
Body's finally
Still
feeling
doing it, hey.
really good. I'm taking no chances.
Yeah, it's a smart move. That's a smart move, but it really is. Yeah, that's luckily we made it unscathed. And actually we went and then we hiked to the top of the mountain, which was a lot steeper and much more treacherous terrain. And we ripped it down that one, and
That was fucking great.
it was scary. It was because you have no control of these sleds.
No.
Yeah, like none whatsoever.
5%.
Yeah, clearly. And there was lots of trees. There were a lot of trees. Damien crashed into one. Some little kid crashed into one. I think Blake probably crashed into one. As a matter of fact, the best person on the sled was Archie's fiance.
Yeah. Well, Hannah's from Vancouver, so she's been sledding her whole life.
Yeah.
She killed it.
Yeah.
We have a very famous question.
Yeah.
It does not stop coming up. It's Archie. What about the project Field One?
Oh, well, I'm not 100% sure just yet on that. I think we're gonna hopefully try to come up with something, at some point. Maybe late this year, early mid next year. It's still pretty early to kind of be have any kind of intel on that, obviously. But yeah, I mean, hopefully at some point we'll have that kind of coming out in some limited capacity, whatever over the next year or two.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
But you have the
Very exciting.
project Hormesis headbands coming. soon,
Yes,
right?
the
Let's
Hormesis
hear it.
headbands we're dropping on Wednesday.
Oh,
The only way you can get them is we're up to get the password that's gonna unlock our site. We're revealing the password on our Instagram story on Wednesday between 7 and 8 Central Time. So you obviously should be following us and just be looking at our story. They're gonna go quick, so just kind of be mindful on that. But yeah, sometime between 7 and 8 Central Time, we'll have a password on our story. You can access the website and pick them up.
cool. Yeah. Saw him. You were wearing them. Alex was wearing one. They
Yeah.
look good.
Yeah, they came out
Rad.
awesome.
They
Yeah.
actually came out really
Yeah.
cool. I'm jealous.
So Andy McLean asked, what team are y'all guys most concerned about this season after all the transfer stuff going on?
I mean, I think Heat's still going to be a contender. Infamous, obviously, is the top teams are still. I mean, even though Impact lost Mouse and A-Rod, I still think that they're going to be contenders. The top teams are still going to be the top teams.
X Factor for sure.
Oh, X Factor, those guys. Yeah.
Those guys.
I don't know. What do you think about X Factor?
Well, I mean,
They lost a pretty good guy.
yeah, they did, but at the same time, they got LJ from Iron Man. He's a
Right.
great. I mean, it's a team full of weapons, so
Yeah,
you can never really count that out. And obviously Ryan's an excellent coach, and they've got a great
Mhm.
owner. So I mean, to me, I feel like they're as good. It's not like they really got any worse. So, but yeah, I would argue Heat, X Factor, Infamous. I think Impact is going to slide a little bit, personally, but still, I mean, it wouldn't be shocking to see them have a successful year.
I bet they have a more successful year than they had last year. I mean, maybe they don't win a tournament, but I think they'll be more consistent. Depends how you define the success.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I will say though, I mean, watching our guys practice this weekend, just seeing the combo of Marcelo, Ryan, and you, Archie, out there together, it's just a really tough nut to crack for the other team. I mean, even if just the three of you started, the communication and the awareness is so good that I feel like it brings a whole nother level of goodness for us and difficulty for the other teams. So yeah, it was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I would even argue that already was a really strong suit of the team for the last couple seasons. Like you guys really are kind of the bend don't break style of play, which is really valuable, specifically on Sundays, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, like we all talked about stuff that we want to work on and improve on as individuals and as a team. So I'm looking forward to that whole process. But yeah, I mean, that's obviously great to hear. I certainly feel that way when we're playing. And yeah, the team, I just feel like the sky's the limit with this team.
And I feel like it kind of takes some of the pressure off for you, for like the three of you combined, because, before, when you feel like you're supposed to be the anchor, you don't want to make a mistake. And that can kind of prohibit you from making a great move sometimes. And, when you know that you can fall back on Ryan or Marcelo or Yosh or Blake, these other guys that are like, highly intelligent, minus Blake, but it's a pretty cool, it's a pretty cool combo of people. I don't, just watching it, I can't remember a time where I've felt that sort of continuity with the players on the field, and also it just seemed like there was an element of ease that Marcelo was playing with like a little bit more lucid and a little bit more flow, and you guys are all kind of doing that. And when you're all kind of riding that razor's edge, it's a dangerous person to play against.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know.
And on that topic, they also want to know what's the difference in play style between X Factor and Dynasty for you?
It's still my first weekend, so I'm sure there's still a lot more to be kind of seen and kind of understood here in this camp, obviously. But on X Factor, I mean, again, they're, for the most part, I mean, there's a lot of missiles on the team, and I would float around and even be used as one too, plenty.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, that's really hard to say, because on that team, I really kind of did play pretty much wherever. It wasn't uncommon for me to like do something completely new on Sunday based off of where, let's just say, Ryan felt I should be if we were weak, right? But on this team, like there really isn't, like I could go down the line. There aren't any like the strong suit of the team, I think, is like pretty much that everybody's very consistent. And so that is actually kind of a nice thing to not have to wonder what I'm going to be doing and on a given Sunday. Right. And, I think I'll be able to really like dial in maybe a spot on each layout on this team. And don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I know Ryan changes around sometimes and obviously a lot of guys do, but I've kind of felt like, man, it would be nice for me to practice a spot and just be able to dial it in through reps the whole way through practice, another practice before the event, and then the Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And I really haven't been afforded that luxury on X Factor, like pretty much my entire career.
Yeah.
So I do actually kind of look forward to having that opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, and the good news is we usually give Marcelo the worst spot, luckily now. It's like, the can that gets the bounce shots or has to hold the lane. Marcelo, because he's like, I don't mind the bounce shots. The second he says something like that, you're like, cool, you got it.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's good. And you're right.
Gotta use your best guy for the hardest job.
Yeah, best guy, the hardest job. Go to the trash can.
The damn trash can. Just got to get low in those things. Get low and hide.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mike Urena too. I mean, that dude's been putting in work. Like, I mean,
Dude, honestly, I was most impressed with Mike this weekend. Obviously, like playing against you guys and watching you guys play, it's always different when you actually watch on the same sideline, right? Or play alongside the guy, but like, and also being able to see his attitude just up front, like I could tell, like, geez, no wonder you guys all love him so much, because he's got a solid attitude, which is honestly something that you don't really see that much of from like younger. I mean, I know he's not that young, but that's what I relate, like the newer generation of players, is that a lot of them kind of have this chip on their shoulder, like they deserve it already, right? And to see Mike be totally humble and graceful and like just soaking up at everything, I thought that was so cool. So I mean, it's not really that much of a surprise for me, but I was really impressed with it overall.
Yeah, it seems like he gets better every weekend.
Yeah, he does. You're right. Like, I mean, we picked him up from DMG. It was like, he was super green, but his progress has skyrocketed exponentially. And one of the biggest factors for that, and for those of you guys who are listening, is like, he's not a yeah, but guy. And that's what's huge. And every time, and he's just like, yep, yes, sir. Like, what do you think I could have done better? And if you're like, hey, Mike, next time, do the X, Y, Z. And he's like, yep, you're right. What do you think of this? And he's always building on it. And he takes in the information, he thinks about it, and then he executes it on the next one. Like, his communication this weekend was fantastic. It was amazing, and that was one thing that he's usually that upfront guy, and we put him as the number 2. And I mean, it was great. Also, with speaking of versatility, Archie, with you, especially, and Marcelo also is like, sometimes we're like, oh, who wants to go number 1? You're like, I want to go. Marcelo's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Like, and it was so great because we were all just playing all over the field, and every position is the number 1, the number 2, the number 3. And that allows guys like, Arturo, we're like, hey, go over to the snake side. Yep. Go up the middle. Yep. Go over to the number 1 on the Dorito side. Go as the number 2. And Damian, same thing. We just started moving. Everybody played as the number 1, the number 2, the number 3. And especially, Mikey, his communication was great. It was really cool to see him playing you. I'm stoked in the season.
All the
that's really
versatility
cool.
of the team is incredible. I think everybody can play everywhere.
Can we address that second to last question?
Yeah.
Archie?
Okay. During this past World Cup, what were 3 key factors on the X Factor scouting report to beat Dynasty in that final match? You're definitely allowed to ask. 3 key factors. I mean, dude, this was also several months ago, so I don't quite remember it. And I haven't actually watched that final match. I know at some point over the next few weeks I will. But I think on that particular match, what we were really trying to do, and I do remember this, is that we were really just trying to win the snake battle. We felt like, and what's interesting about like our matchup is that we're actually very evenly matched. Like we both have very deep rosters in the sense that, it really can go either way, no matter what position you're talking about. And what we felt like was, I felt like, obviously Billy is a stud in the snake, and no doubt, like he's got that just kind of over the last couple of seasons, he's definitely one of the most consistent killers in there. And that was kind of where we wanted to exert our will, if you will. And, obviously what ended up playing out was that we didn't actually get that many kills from the snake. And you guys also were just way more effective in the middle of the field, which we also hadn't seen yet from you guys yet either. So y'all's willingness to take that risk in the middle and also actually have it pay off, executing it right, especially considering that they were newer risks. We didn't really see those at all through the scouting report. So, that's like hats off, because that's not that easy to do, to go in and just kind of try stuff that maybe you hadn't done yet and execute it when you're talking about a finals match. It's like that can make or break the match.
Blake didn't even know we were in the finals.
That's funny. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's what we were really trying to do is kind of hopefully win the snake battle. And I would argue that we won the snake battle in the sense of getting to the 50 snake or being maybe a little bit more in there early. But again, that doesn't always mean, you're going to win the points. And like what I was saying earlier, bend, don't break. And that's really, and I would even argue that that's how it played out last year's World Cup as well, even though I wasn't playing, but from watching it, you guys were really pretty masterful in all the key spots on the back line. And that's kind of what won the match for you guys, I think, last year as well. It was a little bit different on this one because the middle play was just, you guys won points strictly just from great calls and great shots in the middle of the field that hadn't really been seen yet. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my take on it, and certainly where we thought we were going to have the edge.
Artie,
What does it say?
Arturo, now that you have had a few years on the team, what are some components of your game that you have improved on? Like, what is something that you have learned about the game that you didn't know before and really get a grasp of?
Well, I think the mental aspect of the game is what, I'm learning how to slow down and how to connect with players, because I normally play by myself. And now playing as a team and connecting and making, plans with each other to make something happen in the field is something that I'm trying to improve on. And having more patience, it's something that I'm, trying to learn and trying to get better at right now. But yeah, definitely everything, there's always something to learn. And from this 5 years, I think that I've learned, I changed my game completely, everything.
And you've become an extremely valuable utility guy. I mean, if we need someone to plug in, you can pretty much handle any of the front spots on the field, whether it's in the snake and the Doritos or in the center. You're not really a specialist at one thing. You're just kind of like that guy that I feel like a lot of teams don't have, that we can rely on to go in and just handle something. And also probably one of, or if not the best snap shooter on the team. So if there's a spot where you need to go in and win a battle, like Arturo's that guy.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I actually want to be, one of those utility guys, but actually, be an expert in any of those positions, try to be as good as any other. If you change me, then it doesn't look like it's, they changed him, but it's weaker because of he's everywhere, be a specialist, but be really good at it.
Offensive specialist.
Yeah,
For sure. And I see that, Arturo. I see that, just playing the past couple practices and preparing for World Cup, and, how you really stuck out. I mean, even this last weekend, it was like, I see that you've been able to move your game from a certain area to a much more advanced level, just in terms of, the way that you communicate and the way that we're able to put stuff together on the field together. It's like, some of those moments for me are during practices, like some of the times that I feel like that's the best I've communicated with a teammate, when you and I are next to each other playing together. And that really stands out, because I feel like when you got on the team, that wasn't part of the game for you, right? And now we got to this point where I feel really comfortable with you, and I'm really looking forward to this year, because I think that there's going to be even more leaps and bounds in that department, communicating and putting stuff together on the field.
Yeah, totally. Get more comfortable as the time goes by. Yeah,
totally.
Not only does Arturo have a really good snapshot, one of the things that I really like about Arturo is not only is he a good breakout shooter, so he's a small guy that you can put inside of the field to shoot someone out off the break and then dip out, which not a lot of teams have, based on this guy's size and ability. He also has a really good shot of going to a bunker and shooting back into a guy with a deadly shot, and I'm really looking forward to plugging that into your game.
And he makes a mean quesadilla.
Jesus.
Jesus.
So actually, that's it. That's actually a
Did you
good.
say Jesus or Jesus?
I said Jesus.
Cheers.
That's actually a good transition to Damien, right? Like, so this is your first. So you practiced with us for the weekend when we did those bodies, and that's when we're like, oh, this guy's pretty good. And you got our codes down, like everything was super dialed in. Even though we found out afterwards that you use our codes already. That was a nice little we're like, dude, he got our codes down like that was incredible. He must have studied it all night. He was like, no, actually I use the same codes as you guys. But let's let everybody hear in on like your experience so far. I mean, weekend one, you know?
Yeah. So funny thing is, I don't know why Quinn said that because that is not true. We have like 2 calls that you guys use. It just clicks with me. I'm really good with names and stuff. But you know, I came from a team that was a very slow paced team, and you know, we all funded ourselves, and you know, it was just grind. And I had always waited for that chance, and you know, it finally came, and you know, I had met Ryan at Capital Edge, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? Like, I want to play. Like, I just moved out of San Diego, and you know, the timing was just perfect. He was like, hey, we need a body. So I came out there. I was like, wow, this is it. All right, I got to put in some work. So I did, and you know, luckily the stars aligned. Everything worked out well, and you know, went to World Cup. We didn't make Sunday with the team that I was on, the newbies. And you know, they had just won World Cup, and Skinny Kevin was like, hey man, you're on the team. I was like, yeah, what? I was like, dude, go celebrate. What do you mean? So
Hey, we just won. You want to play for us?
So it was great. So I mean, it hadn't had hit me for a second. And then I went to my girlfriend, and she was there, and I was like, hey, he just said this. So it was cool. And then, you know, going into this weekend, you know, I know I was obviously already on the team, but I still had to, you know, prove myself. And, you know, I struggled a little bit on day one, you know, with nerves and stuff. So, you know, I finally overcame that a little bit and got a little more comfortable. And going into day 2, you know, it was a little more fluent and just, you know, easy. So with time, you know, it's going to take time, repetition to get to that comfortable state. So, yeah.
You did great, man. I think also having Dalton back is going to be a really positive thing for you, because you guys are going to be able to, you know, share opinions and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Dalton's a great mentor.
He is actually. He has become. He has become a really valuable.
Yeah, that was all right. You kind of suck, but whatever. That's how Dalton is. Yeah, I would have done it better. That's.
I don't know, man. I feel like after he came back from Impact, he was a much more intellectual.
Yeah.
Maybe he was before, but his willingness to share it has. He's been more confident and assertive with that. So I do believe that Dalton has a really high paintball intellect, and he sees the way that especially the Doritos play in a really interesting and effective way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But he is funny too, and yes, you gotta
Yeah,
sift through that.
he wasn't. That wasn't the serious there. That wasn't serious him. It was. That's just how he. That's just how he is. He's just funny. It's just like, yeah, he takes things like very, very, very lightly. Like, we got the finals coming up. He's like, ooh.
Yeah. Hopefully we win.
Hey, so I want to talk about, we'll kind of go towards the monthly gifts, what we have coming for the viewer or for the fan base in February, and we can even talk about March. I have this here. I don't know if you want to, Alex, if I'm allowed to even share what we got over here for one of the gifts. This thing's pretty awesome. But yeah, let's talk about kind of what's on the docket, and then we have everybody's names queued up on that computer to someone's going to win that force. So I'm really excited about that. And we'll do that here shortly. We got the wheel, the famous wheel made very famous by the Play the Game podcast and the Spick and Span show. Basically, you just type in random name picker and a wheel comes up, and we're like, we're using that.
Some of them have really cool music too.
Oh yeah. We have like a little cheer at the end, clapping. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys want to talk about? Oh wow! Hey, can you send me an Amazon link for whatever that is? Because I am trying to show that might want to use that.
Yeah. You can't get this bad boy on Amazon. This is
No, the Spick and Span show can't afford that.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Yosh, you want to talk about a little bit about what's coming up for everybody?
Yeah, so we've got most of you have received your packages. I know that there are some of our members who are still waiting for them. We've communicated directly with some members who we're still getting jackets out to. We do have kind of a fun game coming up that is going to involve your first month's gift. We'll put out a lot of details about this probably in the coming week, but we're going to do like a photo scavenger hunt. So we want to see all of our members out there wearing your first month's gift, and we'll have a cool prize for that once you submit your photo entries. That sounds pretty vague, but it's basically going to be a photo scavenger hunt, and we'll put out some good details for that coming up. Next month, we've got another personalized gift coming from the Dynasty camp. Some of you may know what it is. We don't like to, completely give it away,
Right.
But something that everybody can wear out on the field. That'll be cool. Hopefully it's someday we'll all be able to get together and all wear them at the same time, and everybody will see our big game.
I like that. Actually, the next 2 months are like that. We could
This
all be
is true.
matching. We could all be
This is
matching
true.
for the next 2
Yeah,
months.
we got some great gifts coming up for sure.
Very cool. And yeah, so I'm not going to show everything in this, but I have one of the I'm just really excited about this. That's coming out to everybody. Now, I'm not going to show you exactly what it is, but it's really cool. And there's like a cool little I'm just at that point, I don't want to give it away, so I'm just going to keep it stashed in my pocket after that answer. No, but it's very cool. I'm really excited about it. I like, because we get to get your guys' stuff too.
Nice.
So I'm excited about
Where's
every
my
month
stuff?
thing.
Ours may come late. None of us, you can see none of us are wearing our jackets because they're still in the process of getting made. But I love seeing the photos of all you guys wearing your jackets on the Facebook group, and it really makes me smile to see all the support and see the Dynasty Dragon out there on everybody's back.
Yeah, and Dizon, that's actually a great question. And one of the things that or several of the things that we're going to be doing are these experiences. And so Dizon said, can we do a Dynasty Champions member paintball tournament, bowling, beer league style? Say that 10 times fast. But so we're going to be having these big games types things, basically Dynasty appreciation weekends. I think we're probably doing it at Capital Edge at the end of the year. We're gonna have something kind of mid-season, either in a certain, like kind of at the same time as a big game, or something along those lines, where anybody in the Champions Club is allowed to come. We're having pretty much anybody from dynasties past, present, and future even allowed to come as well. And so it'll be just a fun way for everybody to interact with the team, play paintball together, and maybe we'll make it like a little fun tournament. I know Alex will bring coins and whatnot. So we will be doing fun stuff like that. And I know one of them will more than likely be up at Capital Edge, maybe at SC Village, maybe at Victory or Velocity, but we'll be sending that stuff out to you guys as well. So we got a lot of really cool stuff, which is exciting. Archie, let's talk about real quick before we jump into the drawing for the Field 1 force. What is let's see, what do you think for your force? What are you going to put in yours?
Okay, I'm still kind of rounding out the final details. I intend to do like a tri-fade, as far as like 3 colors fading into each other. I think likely it'll be some type of a goldy orangish on one end, maybe into like a lighter silver, and then into like a tealish blue. Nice. I think is what but I kind of want the blue to have a little more green in it. And then I'm kind of toying around with some ideas as far as like because the way they put like a pattern on a gun now is basically by like a vinyl decal or vinyl sticker, and then they'll essentially anodize it twice, and then remove the sticker and then do the other colors. But I'm kind of toying around with a few ideas on things that I either resonate with or think are inspiring or maybe interesting enough for other people to look into. So I'm just kind of coming up with some thoughts on what exactly I'm going to do as far as that aspect of the gun is. But I'm looking forward to it. It's actually a color scheme I've wanted to do for a few years. I just haven't done it yet. So it seems fitting.
RG.
Yo.
He's doing an X Factor teal on his force. Double agent. He's a traitor. Double agent. Triple agent. That was great.
That
was
Joy
great.
Love edition. That's like
Project G string. There we go. Yeah. You guys are good.
How long do we gotta wait?
So it's actually a pretty good question for Marcelo. Has Snapshot VR improved your game at all?
I think it for sure has. I know it sounds kind of funny, but there's something about just reading zones and setups from other players,
Jump on this.
because you are playing on actual field layouts, right? And so in the game, I'm making all sorts of different moves, and it's all based on reading lanes and where players are and which ways they might be looking. And if I go to make a move and someone catches me, do I cut inside instead of outside? I felt like absolutely the last 2 times that I've gone out to the field after I was playing the game all week, it felt like I was kind of playing paintball all week. So I definitely think that it helps in some way. Sure, can't hurt.
Something
Not
there.
that
There
much.
definitely
Yeah.
is. Maybe we'll buy those for the team.
I
You
think
know,
we should.
so decades ago at this point, but back in the early 2000s, Marcelo, myself, Mouse, Chad Bougier from Damage, I mean, a handful of pro players used to play a paintball game on the internet called Digital Paintball. And I can certainly say for a fact that game had a role in me, ascending to the level, at least to get to the pro level, right? And just like Marcelo was saying, I tell this to a lot of people, you get so many reps by as far as like field awareness reps, or just you get to see a field break out and play out hundreds of times in the span of a couple of hours, versus like you go to the field and we'll play 25 points, but you can literally get hundreds of reps in a couple of hours on a digital game. And if you're mindful about what's going on in those situations, you absolutely can be more aware when you're out there actually physically playing.
Totally.
So,
And if they have the actual field layout,
I mean, better.
like if I went to Mexico before World Cup and didn't get to go to practice, but when I was there for one day, I took my little Opti camera or whatever, and OpKicks camera, and played some of the spots on the field, and then watched that. I mean, it wasn't like in a game. I just learned what the field looked like basically from that angle, from that vantage point, and looked at it over and over and over. And I didn't feel unprepared when I showed up.
Absolutely. It's more reps, mental reps. They're crucial.
For sure. I mean, we're in the future right now. Marcelo's just counting down the time before he gets to put those goggles back on and land.
Look at him, dude. He's seething. There they are.
Hey guys, coming here live.
Gotta go, guys.
I know you're playing.
Got him right
That's
there.
great.
He literally was like, okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Save my spot. Don't bonus ball me.
Don't bonus ball me, dude. This friggin' guy bonus balled the shit out of me the other night. I was mad because you could see it. You could see it's intentional too. It's like kind of rude, I swear. And they know who I am in there. So I'm like, all right, I see what you're doing. Right there.
Now I have a reason to get one.
Just man on my back every time it happens.
It's a good time.
So, Blake, could you talk about any personal breakthroughs playing the Dorito side? Your game seems to be getting better and better. On the Dorito side?
The breakthrough was getting him out of the Doritos.
Clearly, I've lost.
Man.
Well, no, but it was actually kind of funny because we'd always talked about it since, and we've talked about this on our show. I know Marcelo's talked about it on his show. Was like there was that event with the Expendables against both the Russians and Impact out in Prague, right? And you played the middle because we had guys playing on each side, and you crushed it over there. You got the MVP of that event, and we beat Impact. And we're like, man, maybe we should put Blake up the middle. And then it actually all culminated was the first event practicing. You had a knee injury,
Yeah.
So you're like, I can't kneel down comfortably. And we're like, well, there's only one other place then. Go up the middle. You're like, okay, and it was like that was like the perfect, the stars aligning in that respect is like, great, you're a great Dorito player, but you're an even better guy up the middle. And a lot of that, just like Archie touched on, was your ability to like, this is like, we never expected it because like you're just always like maybe, and that's what a great center player is. That's why A-Rod's really good, Nick's really good, Oliver was tremendous at this. Is like they had kind of a plan, but at the same time they're like, I'm just gonna go do this right now.
Yeah.
Which is why one of those points, the only time I saw you do it, you went to their side, their wedge randomly, and I was like, is that the game plan? Shit. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but that's the beauty of a center player. And I know a lot of people were asking this and just wondering is like, how do you become a great center player? Is you roll the dice a lot.
Yeah, I think the breakthrough was playing the Dorito side a lot and going up against a lot of center threats, and seeing what I didn't like, what they would do to me,
Yeah.
and what I like doing to them. Right. So I saw both the give and takes. And so I apply that to my center game. I want to pick on the side that I'm going against, and so I think the answer to your question was just getting a lot of reps on the Dorito side and understanding the value of that center guy and then applying it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think there should be something said about not just Blake's height, but the way that his stature when he plays. He can play really high, so he can shoot and see over stuff, and he can also play really low. And he utilizes big, tall bunkers in the center of the field in the ways that a lot of players can't. Either they're not tall enough, or they just simply don't play that high. Blake and I are similar height, but Blake can firefight from like 6 inches higher than I normally do feel comfortable. And I think that contributes to Blake's success playing tall bunkers and small bunkers and playing all over the field.
Yeah, you should see what it's like from mine, Arturo and Archie and Alex's.
Well, now with the new bunker set.
Who was saying it? They're like, you were like, you were shooting your gun like this over the center. I think Skinny was making money. We're like, yeah, because I can't see over the top. I can see over the top of those things when they're deflated like this much. So like, I had to put my gun over my shoulder to shoot guys. Like, what do you mean? I look silly.
And Blake is
Yeah.
either a sniper or he has a newsie, like he's always so versatile with his gun, like he's really good at it. So he's a bully over the center. So yeah.
And I see it in the chat. There's quite a few questions about, how we handle the pit and kind of, the policy that we have in there and all the help that we have in there. And the pit help is crucial for the team's success. And I think it would be worthwhile to probably dedicate a good portion of a show to talking about, the team's perspective on how the Dynasty pit is handled. And then also bring in some of our trusted pit crew members because they have their perspective as well and they're hands-on. So I just didn't want to leave that alone. I think that probably in the next month or two, we'll dedicate some real time in one of these intel sessions to talk about, what we like to see in our pits and get some intel from our pit crew members as well.
Mm-hmm. Yosh, you want to announce what we're going to give away for the paintball club members? And then
Yeah. So everybody that's in this webinar right now, obviously are Champions Club members, and whether you know it or not, there's a wait list going on, and these are also Dynasty supporters and avid paintball fans that are trying to get into the Champions Club. And we wanted to, we didn't want to limit access, but we wanted to have the Champions Club to be a certain size so that we could have some, for lack of a better term, some intimacy, right? So a lot of one-on-one time with members and make it exclusive and have it be a really special thing. Now, what goes along with that is, we have a growing list of Dynasty fans that are on the wait list. They belong to the Dynasty Paintball Club. And each month we're going to pick a member of the wait list group, the Paintball Club members, to win a Champions Club gift. So, the jackets that we all got, this member of the Paintball Club is going to get one. Theirs probably won't be personalized, like mine won't be personalized either. But they're going to get a jacket. they're going to get the gold card. They're going to get the Champions Club t-shirt. And next month, they'll also get, you know, the awesome gifts that we're all going to receive because we're all in the Champions Club. So we wanted to pick who that lucky member was. And actually, we have a runner-up gift for one of those members as well.
So are we doing 2 spins?
We're gonna pick two names from the Dynasty Paintball Club. One is gonna win the Champions Club gift, and the other one is going to win this new Halo headband, courtesy of Hormesis. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Oliver, for always contributing great stuff for the club members. Let's choose the winner for this first. Ryan, do you have the paintball club members?
So you just sent me the spreadsheet, and I apologize because it's going to be on my phone. That's just
that works. That works.
I don't have the whole Apple thing that could put it on my the computer, and then he's got the list over here. So we got all sorts. You can't open multiple wheel names. I gotta download the 6 browsers to do that. So fortunately, this is the name of all the members that are in the paintball club right now. So I'm gonna hit that. And we're spinning.
It's spinning.
Let's draw a winner for this new Hormesis Halo first.
Here it is. Here we go.
The wheel.
Who is it? Oh,
there you go.
oh yeah! Look at that. You got fireworks on the PTG or what?
All right, we got a winner.
There we
here.
go, Ventura.
Oh, Rafael.
So we're gonna reach out. We'll let them know they won, and we'll send out this new Hormesis
There you go,
Halo
Rafael.
Okay.
I don't know Rafael, but it sounds Mexican. It's me. So
All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. And now the next one is to get one of the thanks, Dominic.
First month Champions
Right,
Club
yeah.
gift package.
Yeah. How do you work these things? Where do I put my glasses? I'm actually.
I thought I muted it, so I thought I muted my hand. I was trying to get it set up. My bad.
So all right, so we're spinning it right now one more time. Let me get closer to the. Yeah, you want to hold that? Don't push any buttons. We don't know what this is going to do. It's spinning. It's spinning. And the winner of the Champions Club
I don't think it's on. Oh
I
yeah.
don't. Oh,
There it
is.
There we go,
Zucker
Zucker.
Sasha.
All right. Let me make some notes here. Make sure the right thing goes to the right person here.
Yeah, please. I get excited sometimes and I just close the browsers. And then I forget who wins. All right, so those are the 2 winners of that. And then yeah, the names aren't backwards on mine but we're looking at the screen. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll figure this out. We're also really far away to get everybody in this group, so we can. I don't know. Can you guys read all this stuff pretty well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now
my
I
eyes-
write
my
that
eyes-
winner of that
I
is?
can.
No, Yoshi's got it. Yoshi's.
I have great eyes.
Just write it in.
Oh, he
Write it
meant
in the
last
Reader's
name
Digest. Oh wait, that makes sense. Last names were first, so it's Sasha Zucker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that makes
now-
sense.
These
Yeah, because
names
you
sound
sent me the
right.
thing. You sent me the list, and it was last name, first name, and I,
Ventura,
and I was like, I just
Rafael.
copied. Yeah, Rafael Ventura. Sorry, dude. You sent it to me 30 seconds ago, and I was like, copy paste. I don't know. So, congratulations to the winners there. And shout out to everybody. Actually, really quickly before we spin the wheel on the next one, I do want everybody. Can you guys all, just so the members all know, because I see Zul here, and I believe it's from Brunei. Can
there you go.
everybody put in the chat where you guys are from, just so we can see. I know we got a lot of California members. We got a lot of international members here. Antigua, Colorado, Fort Lauderdale,
New York, so
Iowa, Mass.
Damn,
Right.
Long
Good
Beach.
God.
Yeah,
Long
Kansas
Beach.
City, Chicago,
Minnesota,
Iraq,
Yeah,
Toronto,
yeah.
Norway,
Yeah,
Kansas,
SoCal. Shout out to SoCal.
California.
How about them Chiefs, bub?
Richmond,
There we go.
Alaska,
Jacksonville,
Washington,
Cali, Daly City.
Whittier, Canada. There we
Yeah.
go, man.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Cool.
Where's my
Connecticut.
Mexican friends?
There's
Las
Domino's in
Vegas.
Mexican.
407. And I know that
where is that?
Jesse is from Hawaii. I'll be out there in
Utah,
2
Los
weeks.
Angeles.
Shout out to everybody out there in Hawaii, Michigan. Hey,
She slipped that one in there.
That last one's Blake's wife.
Shut up.
Michigan. Should be here with you in the cabin. Just kidding.
Would love to have her.
Sneaky,
Sneaky.
South Carolina. So shout out to everybody for
Yeah.
all the support from around the world. We do appreciate everything, and we're stoked to be able to connect with you guys in the way we do. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's do it.
Without further
You see that
ado.
right there? Yeah. Ooh, Yeah.
There we
So
go.
again,
All right, here's the big moment.
Yeah, Yosh, if you want to really quickly remind everybody what we're about to get here.
All right, so we are about to draw a name from the Champions Club to win your very own Dynasty Signature Series Force.
Bend the knee.
You will get to work with the Outlaw Anodizing team as well as the Field 1 team and come up with the colorway concept. We will apply that to a raw force, and then we will build it for you to take home and take to the field. You will also have the opportunity to come to the Field 1 factory if you want to, once we get those parts, and build it with Alex and I. We'll take you out to lunch as well.
There we go. And they actually spin a wheel for lunch as well. So you might go to Taco
We
Bell,
love
you
wheels.
might go to a 5-star restaurant. You never know what you're gonna get. Arby's, Taco Bell.
Yeah, I think Arby's and El Pollo Loco might be on there like 20 times, and then the 5-star restaurant maybe once.
You can
Good
see
luck.
Alex Lowe. He had
Good
some
luck.
Arby's tonight, I think. By the look of him, he had a number 7 in Arby's.
Not close.
So again, yes, the Wheel of Death. You guys are familiar with the Spick and Span show. You've seen this before.
Don't watch the Spick and Span show. If you haven't seen it,
Archie just pushed
watch
it.
The Bachelor instead.
So here it is.
Oh man, I wish you all luck.
Your name's gonna
This
be
is a very
backwards.
exciting
There it
moment.
is.
I wish you all luck.
Come on. Who's in it? Oh, screen's dead. No, I'm just kidding. Ah,
Oh, I know Danny Cortez. He lives in Florida.
Cortez.
Danny Cortez. All right.
Danny Cortez, won yourself a force and the whole shebang.
Awesome. Hey, congrats to Danny.
Congrats
Awesome.
to Danny
And I know-
Cortez. That's awesome.
Yeah. And real quick, just so you guys know, just like when we gave the rings away last month, we're going to be promising you guys 4 of these huge grand prize experiences, right? So the next one is going to be, is it Practice with Dynasty on the next one? I believe.
Next one is a head-to-toe sponsorship, which would
Head to toe,
include
yeah, vertical
full
sponsorship.
JT gear, a force, probably one from our shop here in San Rafael, and then I mean everything you need to go out to the field.
Yeah. And anytime we get like some extra stuff, just like the rings that we gave away at the last Intel session, which was a pop-up Intel session, you might just win something really cool. So make sure you got, you're ready to receive stuff at your house. You see a notification, there's a shipment coming to you from the Dynasty Champions Club. You might just be getting something cool. You might have just won something. So yeah, we got another cool giveaway coming up soon. Obviously, every month you guys are going to get something incredibly awesome. Really excited about all that stuff and being able to help curate a lot of that. And congratulations, to all you guys,
Danny.
to everybody out there.
Oh, Ryan, I have a question for you. Did you want to talk about the New Balance thing? Because we just got hooked up big time at practice, and those guys definitely deserve a shout out. And I know you put together something really cool too.
Yeah, so actually, thanks for reminding me. So Dave Cheney from New Balance, and he does the Blue Ridge Paintball Club. For those of you guys out in the Atlanta area, is just a huge supporter of paintball in general, and he works for New Balance and has been able to give you guys, the Champions Club, a huge opportunity. So you guys are going to have your own link to a Dynasty Champions Club team store, which is going to get you guys 40% off of all footwear or everything that's in the store. New Balance is a little bit just like most companies with supply chain issues. It's a little limited on stock and what they have, but we all just got, Yosh, you can hold up those cleats right there. Damian can attest to this. They work really well in the snow as well. So no matter what terrain you're in, turf, snow, natural grass, these cleats are pretty rad. Everybody on the team just got a pair this weekend. I'm really excited about them. I've been wearing them actually before they were released. I've been training with them, and you guys are all going to get a 40% discount, which is pretty tremendous. That's about as good as that gets for discounts.
Yes.
From New Balance. So that's really exciting. And there's a handful of other stuff. There's some regular footwear, and the store's got a lot of stuff in it. And it's a quarterly store. So every 3 months, it shuts down, but we'll just re-up it with whatever they have in stock and then extend the discount to you guys again. Also, New Balance is probably going to give us, for all the Champions Club, is going to donate some gift cards as well. So look for those coming up and some other giveaways in the future. But yes,
Nice.
please, by all means, we're going to send a link out to you. I believe it might have been in the email as well. Okay, so we're gonna send a link out to you guys right now, maybe soon. Yosh will do it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll put it in the Facebook group as well.
Yeah, we'll put it in the Facebook group chat as well. And the code to unlock the password is password protected is champions. And you guys will all be able to shop as you'd like, and share it with your friends and family as well. It's not like it's totally closed to anybody, but we'd like to make sure you guys have first crack at everything.
Also, this is really specific in terms of a giveaway, but we got hooked up with new cleats and I still have this brand new pair from last year. So if there's anyone in the club that wears 10.5, I'll send them to you. Just first person to say I wear 10.5s.
Up there, it was
There you
Andy-
go.
I think it was
Andy
Ali.
McLean.
That's me.
That's me. 10.5 all day.
I'm 10.5.
I
I think it's too long.
I think people were saying it before you
Me.
Yeah.
Yosh, I'm gonna let you go ahead and sort that one out. But yeah, we've got
I think Andy McLean maybe was the guy. Do you wear 10.5, Andy?
Yes.
Said yes. There he
I
is.
can't my clip my toes.
Send us a picture of your feet. Just kidding.
Send it to
All
my
right, Alex. Who was that? Andy McLean?
Yeah.
I'll record it.
All right. Well, hey, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. This was awesome. Check out our Instagram stories from today from Arturo, from Blake, on what not to do when you go sledding.
No, definitely
And
do
what
it.
not to wear when you're hiking in the snow.
Yes.
There's a lot of do nots. We're still learning out here, even after all this. Well, I mean, I had everything pretty down pat, but I'm the oldest, so that explains a lot. But if you want to learn what not to do and what not to wear in the snow, just
Yeah. Just live a little.
check these guys out.
Have some fun.
But yeah, thanks a lot for everybody. We love you guys. We appreciate all the support, and
See you next time.
soon.
Thank you
We'll
guys.
see you guys on the field.
Thank you guys. See you soon.
Peace.
See you guys.